Hi. Today I decided that I would like to create a vase using a photocopy of a plaque that I recently bought. I wanted to have something that matched it, and it's really pretty, but there's some really dark areas in it that, just needs to be a little brighter, and I just had this idea that I wanted to update this vase. It's not an expensive vase. It's probably from the Dollar Tree or something like that. But it's glass and it's got mold marks and it's not the prettiest thing, so I'd like to make it look pretty so I can have it sit on a shelf. And the plaque that I bought is made out of aluminum, and I I want to put it on a canvas board or something like that to enhance it, to make it look nice. So I'm going to try to embellish it in such a way that both of these items, including the vase, will be a match set. What I'm using today is Liquitex Gloss Medium and Varnish. It's actually a glass painting medium and final varnish, so it's a really good product. And I really don't care for Mod Podge that much. It seems sticky to me, even after you seal it. So I want something that I don't have to worry about, too much. And this is really good, a good product. So I had a lot of different ideas, but as I thought about it, I really just want to make this as pretty as possible. And I want to be able to see, like, if I put cut flowers in there, I like to see the stems. I like to see, what's in there. Also, you can see, if it needs to be watered, obviously. So what I'm doing here is I'm just trying to decide where to put the first coat of Liquitex Gloss Medium. I measured out the vase. I put a piece of masking tape at the center of this vase. So now I'm just putting it on. Not super thick, but thick enough that, if I put something dry on there, it'll stick. The one thing you need to know about this is it dries extremely fast, so you have to work a little faster. When I started applying the face, I don't want to say trimmed, I cut seams so that it would go and adhere to the glass easier. But I didn't normally, I was taught to make small cuts all the way around, and I really don't like the look because it just, I don't know, I can always detect it and I don't really care for it. That's one of the reasons why I don't do this type of project for the most part. So anyway, this time I decided to just cut through different locations on the picture, and that really worked well because I was able to get it to glue down, and without a whole lot of wrinkles and bubbles and whatever. There might be a few, but it's not going to be as much as if you had a whole slew of those little cuts all the way around it. I apologize that you can't see too much what I'm doing right now, but I really need to have it so that I can see everything as I'm putting it down. I will continue to do this and move the jar, the base, whatever I'm working on. I work on different kinds of surfaces, so I'll continue to keep moving it around and show you what I'm doing in those areas. It's really difficult with having an overhead camera to make sure that your surface is in view all the time. It's really difficult. I don't have a professional setup. This is just me doing it. I don't charge anything for my work. I just do it for free, just for my enjoyment and hopefully for yours. So just please understand that this is just an old lady here, just trying to share my love of creation. So as you can see, I decided I needed to cut another spot, which was around the eye, and at the top so I could get it to lay flat, and then later I do it at the bottom of the eye so it will lay flat. And I didn't have near the issues with the bubbles that I normally would have on something like this. So I will do this again, and I believe this is going to be a much more satisfying experience for me. So as you can see, I'm just pushing on the dry paper. The paper is wet underneath to adhere to the gloss finish underneath. But on the top, I made sure I didn't get any glue on that so that I could easily rub it down with my fingers. And again, I'm sorry that I had to do it off the camera edge because I needed to actually see what I was doing. And so I will keep moving it around so you'll see everything. And I'm sure you can tell that I'm just gently pushing, and now I have to put a little bit of glue on the back because that one piece didn't adhere. The gloss medium dries super fast, so, and I don't work fast, I work very slow. So just take your time, and if you see a place that's not gluing down as well as it should, just go ahead and lift it up and keep going. The benefit of not having those numerous cuts all the way around is that you can do this. You can peel this one little place and see, like right there where I had not trimmed, but cut under the eye. And then I was able to go ahead and put it all back. And it makes the face look a little bit more 3D as well. So I'm really pleased with how I did that. It worked out really well. And because the paper is still dry, it doesn't have any medium on it, I can use this little brayer to flatten out some of, the possible places that it could bubble, where I cut into the face and everything. So I'm not going to overdo it with the brayer, but enough to make me happy with the way it looks. I think it really looks stunning already, and I haven't done anything. So yeah, I'm just checking now to make sure everything is adhered properly. And then once I'm satisfied with that, then I will put another coat of the clear gloss over the top of it. And I will probably put several layers of this over this design as I work on it. So I don't know how many coats, but it is recommended that you use more than 1 or 2 coats because you want this to be permanent. You want it to stay. What I do like about just the clear glass is you see all the texture from the medium, and I kind of like that. It's just, I don't know, it just looks good to me. It's looking really good. So now I'm going to take the pieces that I cut away from the photocopy's face and trim it up into sections that I will like on the face. I'm trying different areas. That piece I believe was supposed to be on the bottom, and I didn't like it, or maybe I had planned it to be the bottom, but I didn't like it there. So I decided to put it at the top, where the neck of the bottle is. And so I'm trimming away a few things. I'm cutting into the design so that it will lay flat. And then I'll put it on, and it will adhere to the glass just perfectly. So it's probably a good 1/2 inch to 3/4 of an inch away from the medallion on the top of the face. And it just really completes it there. I have some plans for using some jewelry because I want it to you know, be mixed media and also repurposing things. And I just like to add a lot of texture and a lot of different things. So it may not be for you, but I'm sure you can find something to put in its place if that's not your desired effect. But I love bling, and I love anything that creates something new out of something you already have. So when I do that, I will use Impasto. It's a clear gel acrylic medium, and I will use that to adhere the jewelry pieces. And I'm not sure exactly what all I'm going to put on it, but I have 3 pieces picked out already, and I'm hoping the second video I can have everything I need so that I don't have to spend a lot of time hunting for it. And this could be a work in progress. You don't have to finish it all in one day. What I do like about Liquitex Gloss Medium is it dries super fast, and so it's possible to do a lot of work with it, you know, during the day. I've noticed that sometimes Mod Podge and other types of mediums like that don't quite dry as quickly because they're more of a white glue. I don't know exactly what this is made from, but it really, it's going to be my go-to from now on. I want to try some different ways to do glass, because you know, we have a lot of glass that we throw away, and it would be nice to just recycle the glass into something, a piece of art. I've done quite a few, and I love them, but I just want to do some different things. I don't want to completely create the same thing over and over. I'm a one-time gal, you know. I like something different every time. People a lot of times will ask me to remake something, and it's really hard for me to do that. It's like once I've put my brush down or my glue down, I'm done with it. I don't, you know. So that was one of the reasons why I started doing videos, was so that I could document the things that I do. I just don't really like doing an assembly line type craft. I have done it in the past, and it gets really hard. You get really bored after a while. I used to do clothes and decorate shoes, and I did dolls. I've done, you know, created my own patterns, and I did clothing, and you name it, I've done it. And after a while, when people want you to do the same design over and over and over again, you just get to a point where you just don't want it. You just don't want to do it. And it has nothing to do with you know, is it still art? Is it what? It has nothing to do with that. It's just I have a lot of ideas in my head, and if I just make the same thing over and over again, I don't want to lose the ability to just keep making something new. And at my age, I really just want to continue to create new things until I can't anymore. And so yeah, that's my story. So here you can see how that piece went on the neck of that vase, and it really does look nice. And I can't wait to show you the pieces that I have picked for that particular spot. Now, what will happen with this is it takes a lot longer for it to dry because you have to use a lot of the impasto to make it dry, to make it adhere properly. I'm still trying to decide how I want to proceed with that. I could use E6000 and that together, but I'm just not sure yet. Since it's not a piece that's going to be sold, I probably won't go to that extent. I'll probably just use the impasto and let it dry, and then I'll come back to it the next day. But I want to have several pieces ready to glue so I can show you that, and then I'll do some other things with it. I'd kind of like to have a lid for it as well, because it would be super cool to put lights in it. If I'm not using it as a vase, I could put the fairy lights in there, and then I could put a lid on it and just decorate it somehow on the top, you know, to make it look pretty. So these are just ideas that float around in my head from time to time. It's kind of crazy. I admit it. I'm a little crazy when it comes to artwork. There are so many things that I've done in the past that I went above and beyond creating things. But you know, I learned a lot by doing them. And all of the things I've learned since the 70s, I am still using those techniques today. They may not be in the same way, but something that I learned from that, I am able to do something else with it, because then I go, oh yeah, I remember I used to do that. I wonder if it would work on this. Because after years go by, you forget, and then something will, you know, tweak my memory, and then I go, oh wow, I remember doing that. So yeah, I started out just wishing that I could draw, and I tried drawing when I was young, but you know, back then people just, you know, wasting paper, and you shouldn't be doing this or you shouldn't be doing that. So, you know, I gave up for a long time, and then one day, it was after I was married, and we had a snowstorm, and I was just sitting there so bored. I just, you know, just wanted something to do, and I had a piece of paper and a pencil, and I think I was going to make a list of something, and I ended up doodling, and I did actually a pencil drawing of our backyard with a fence and some pine trees, and there was, you know, a hill, and there was all these different elements to this drawing, and I just sat there and drew it, and it was perfect. And I went, wow, oh my goodness, wow, my wish came true. So that put me on a journey of drawing and learning different techniques on drawing, and I was not able to follow learn to draw type books, because I didn't know at the time, but I am dyslexic. And so those things, I really couldn't follow those, and I had to create my own way of drawing and doing things, because it was almost impossible. So it's not that I didn't learn from some books, but it was mostly that I would look at them, not following the technique, but actually looking at the pictures, that step one looks this way, step two looks that way, and so on. And that did help me a lot. And after I did that, um, I had drawn a few things, and my neighbor said, "Oh, I bet you can't draw this barn that I have." And I said, "Give me a picture, let me try." So he gave me the picture, and I drew the barn. It was just a regular 3.5 by 5 picture, and I made it into an 8 by 10 picture, pencil drawing for him, and he framed it, and he was just amazed. He couldn't believe that I actually did it, and it looked really good. So I tried doing landscapes and things like that, and I really wasn't all that interested in them. Um, I did learn a lot. I actually liked doing the fence posts. I thought those were quite interesting. I really liked flowers and stuff like that. So rather than landscapes, I just did like little scapes. I love doing. I learned to do pen and ink. Again, that was I was doing pen and ink with one of the ink um, nibs, with the liquid ink. And so I did watercolor over um, the ink. And probably one of my most favorite paintings, and it was a 16 by 20. So yeah, I went kind of crazy with stuff like that, but that's who I am. So then I went on to pet portraits, and then I went on to other things. So, and now I'm just doing everything that I want, and with all of the things that I learned from doing those. So I'm really playing around with Zentangle right now, and it's just something to do. I can't just sit and watch TV at night, but I can't really do anything at night. So that kind of helps me, because it's so boring here alone at night. And what I do is I put something on TV, and then I doodle or Zentangle or whatever you want to call it. And I have plans for that as well. So as I do these things, then I will be doing other um, collages and whatever with the things that I'm doing with that. And that will be just a little bit extra, for me to have without having to buy something to use. I can make it myself. So as you can see right here, I know that was a bit long-winded, but it was kind of a boring spot in the film. So I've already put all of the pieces down. It had hair. I'm showing the hair pieces, but you can't really see what they are. So I decided not to use those and just put them away. I may use the piece that I'm showing you right now on the back around the vase. I don't know. It might be pretty. It would just kind of finish it off, but I will see in the future once it's almost done. So that's pretty much. I think I'm going to do one more coat to go over the top of all of the decoupaged pieces, and then let it dry. It won't dry. It won't take long to dry either, and so I'll let it dry, and then I will add the jewelry pieces once I've found them. I just think that's going to be stunning. Yeah. Well, anyway, I want to thank you for sticking with me here. Um, I appreciate you watching, and I would appreciate it if you liked or subscribed or made a comment or just let me know you're here. I would really appreciate it. I used to have a larger channel, and I deleted it, and when I did, I didn't realize how much I missed it. Yeah. But you know what? You live and learn. So, but anyway, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you. Bye-bye. Okay, so